Yeah, look at Ethan. Ethan. Come on, Ethan. Come on, Baba. You dance. Come on, come on, come on. Ethan's trying to figure out. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Farah. I'm 23 years old with a 14-month-old baby. So the topic of today's video will be my experiences as a young mom. So I know there's going to be a lot of new moms watching, or reoccurring moms, or people that just want to watch. But I dedicate this video to my experiences as a mom, challenges, what I thought it was going to be versus what it really is. So backtrack. So I found I was pregnant my senior year of college. So you can imagine I was devastated. I did take a test. I brought a test from Walmart and I took it and it said pregnant. I was like, wait, this can't. I told the child's father. He was shocked. You know, he knew it, but then he was just like, oh my God, I'm going to be a new father. What are we going to do about this? I was in such disbelief. So then I was like, oh no, I'm going to the school nurse. So I went to the school nurse and she did the test and she was like, yeah, it's 100% positive you're pregnant. And I was like, oh my goodness. She's like, what are you going to do? You know how much childcare is? And I'm over here like, oh, not believe I was going to be a mom. Within 9 months, I was going to be a mother, you know, and it was just crazy because I was like, oh my goodness, when is my due date? Because I was supposed to graduate. When I found out I was supposed to graduate that May and stuff, but then I found out like my due date was in June. Was the month after, thankfully, because all the time went on, and it was hard for me too because the nurse was like, well, you can decide to either keep it or have an abortion. And for me, as like growing up in a religious household and my own beliefs, I always felt like, you know, like if I were to get pregnant, I would keep my child. It was just a hard decision. So I did think about abortion, but then I didn't go through it, obviously. Yep. And this is my son Ethan. Come say hi to the camera. Say hi to YouTube, our viewers. Look, our fans. Come say hi, YouTube. Say my name is Ethan. His name is Ethan. He's 14 months, right, Papa? He's 14 months, puppy. Mommy's talking about how her experiences are as a mommy, right? Yeah. So back to it again. So yeah. So months went on. And I decided to keep him. I did. So I ended up keeping him. As you can see, he's right here. And it was hard though because at that time, hi Papa, Papi, make it loud enough, Papa. So it was tough. Yeah, he likes to do that. Oh, Papi. Okay. Okay. It's hard for the fact being that I was a senior. College and there was so much going on. It was tough, and also I had my internship. So my whole senior year I just had my internship. Thankfully it wasn't any classes. I didn't have to take any classes because I was a human services major, so I only had to complete a 450-hour internship for the whole semester. So that's what I did. And my supervisor, she was great. When I told her that I was pregnant, she was very understanding, helpful, respectful. Like she was great, you know, like she always understood when I was kind of sleepy at times, you know, and everything. But she was great. And everything actually went well. You know, I did my internship. It was 40 hours a week. I would do like my 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and I would work part-time at Walmart. I did that all the way up until graduation date. And then before I graduated, like around 7.5 months, I stopped working because it was just too much for me, and my belly was getting bigger. It was harder for me to move and everything, so I stopped working and everything. Thankfully, like my child's father was supportive, like more towards when it came time to give birth, especially his family. His family was very supportive at the time. Like we lived with them for a little bit and stuff like that. They were very supportive, which was helpful and stuff like that. But that was part of step 1. I graduated in May, gave birth in June, had a smooth delivery, no issues, regular, normal vaginal birth. And then after that, it was just, you know, after I gave, okay, Papa, Mommy's talking, Papi. But yeah, okay, papa, mommy's talking, papi, mommy's talking. A lot for me too, because being a new mom, there's a lot I didn't expect, like the crying, staying up all night, diaper change. It was a lot of frustration that came with that too. Like I started to get frustrated, and I feel like I suffer from postpartum depression a little bit, because it was a lot for me, because I've always been a workaholic, someone that's always work, go, 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 because I lost my parents at such a young age to the point I had to support myself. So I always had to work for everything I had. So it was hard though. It was difficult, because then it's like I'm sitting at home, puppy. But then it's like I was sitting at home, you know, not working, and I'm just like money-wise, finances. It was like a lot to like worry about and everything too. So I was like, oh my goodness. So that kind of created a little bit of the postpartum depression a little bit in the beginning. But thankfully, 2.5 months after I did start working. I started working and stuff like that. And things worked out because I was working. Like, I couldn't even breastfeed because my son, his tongue was tied when he was born. So then he got so used to bottle in the hospital, to the point when I went home with him, he would not latch on at all. He wouldn't latch on. So that was difficult too, though, because I really wanted to breastfeed. So that was something I just had to accept, because he just wouldn't latch on, and I wasn't producing any milk either. It's only when I would eat something that my grandmother suggested, I would start like producing the milk flow would be coming in. So I was like, okay, there's no point. I have to eat something for me to produce milk. I'm just like, okay, it's not working. He's not latching on, and to be pumping the breast every 2 hours, it was just a hassle. Then I gotta wash. It was just too much going on with that. So I just gave him regular bottle and everything. But yeah, I mean, so far it's been just up and down. There are moments where I'm just like, oh my God, I love my son, and like this is great, and other times I'm like, oh my goodness, like what did I get myself into? I do have times where I get depressed, I get sad, I'm just like, oh my goodness, I can't do this, I'm a horrible mom, here and there. But then when I look at my son, I'm like, okay, I'm doing the best I can for him, you know, I'm trying to like, you know, create a good life for him. I work, I provide for him. I and his father, we both do. You know, just like the way society is all set up, you know, it's like, oh, young moms, they don't know how to be. Really, like, focus on what society portrays towards young moms. Like, people are like, oh, young moms cannot be mom, and that cannot be a mother, and that is untrue. That's not always true. But for me, I do enjoy being a mom. Just like I mentioned earlier in my video, that it has taught me a lot. It's taught me I have zero patience. Like, I need to work on patience, anger management. Like, it's funny because now I work as a family service provider, so I teach kids coping skills. So it's like, okay, I need to use my own coping skills as a mom too sometimes, because now that my son is 14 months, like he'll go in the dishwasher and start pulling things out, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Ethan, stop doing that, you know, and I'll start getting frustrated, or like he'll keep on doing something, or he'll mess up. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, especially like if I'm already not in a good mood and he does something too, it's just like, and then I'm like, okay, I have to like step back, breathe, and be like, Farrah, breathe, take a deep breath and relax. He's a baby, you know, he is just a baby, relax. Or I have to like step out, walk away for a minute or two, and then come back to like regroup myself, like regain myself again, to calm down a little bit before, so I don't just lash out on him. But yeah, that's something I am working on, like patience and just like my anger management, and using coping skills is important too. And that's one thing I realized about myself. Before I had my son, I had all the patience in the world. I always tell people, like, when you have kids, it tests every part of you. It tests your patience, if you have coping skills, anger management, every single part of you, and it's up to you to know how to deal with certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because kids don't do dirty house, that's just the age. But then it does get frustrating because, oh my God, just clean this, because he's messing up, or is this, or you have other things going on and stuff like that. So that's the difficult part. I feel like as being a mom, it's like there's so many things you have to learn. You just have to be patient with things, and that's a huge thing that motherhood has taught me, being patient with things, and that's something I am currently working on. You know, I need more patience. I need to work on that, because I'm quick to get mad, and I'm very impatient at times. Even though most people be like, oh, you're very patient. No, there's certain things I'm so impatient about, and when I'm mad, I'm like ready to explode. When I say explode, like, yeah, I'm like a bomb. Like, boom, it just explodes. But yeah, that's something that I'm working on. as well. But I do enjoy being a mom. I love my son, you know. And another thing too, I always kept faith in God as well. Like around the time when I got pregnant, even throughout her pregnancy here and there, it's like I had dark moments where I was just, oh my goodness, like what am I gonna do, like not knowing what was gonna happen, if I was gonna be a good mom, how labor and delivery was gonna go, like was I gonna have any complications. It was just so much I had in my mind, you know. Thankfully when I went to give birth, and that was another thing too that I forgot to talk about earlier in my video, my son was supposed to be due, he was supposed to be born June 22nd. He ended up being born June 28th. So he was past due. So I was induced around like 42 weeks, I think. It was like 41, 42 weeks. They induced me. My doctor called and she's like, no contractions yet or anything. I was like, nope. And she was like, well, we're going to have to induce you. And I was like, oh no. I was like so nervous and everything. So the morning that I went in to get induced, I actually went to the hospital June 27th. Yeah. June 27th. I went in early in the morning, and I didn't get a room until like 7 o'clock at night. There was a woman in the other room. She was screaming hysterically in the other room, and I was like, oh my goodness, I hope that's not me. It was just horrible. I was with my boyfriend's mom. She was there with me the whole time. But that woman, she was yelling, screaming, and for me as a new mom, I had no idea what to expect. None, absolutely none. So when I actually got to my actual room, it was like around 7. So they started me on, they put like a balloon thing to like kind of expand my uterus, whatever it was, to kind of start labor. And then by midnight, they came back and I progressed, so they didn't have to start me on Pitocin, thankfully, because I heard that makes labor worse. Pitocin can make the contractions like horrible, 10 times worse. So thankfully I didn't have to go on Pitocin. But yeah, I became, I went to like active labor around, it was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, yeah. Because I started to get like contractions here and there, cramps. My stomach started to cramp up and everything. It wasn't as bad, but once it was like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, oh, my contractions were hitting they were like, oh, like 2, 3 minutes apart. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And I also had to like poop. I used the bathroom too, so I was like, oh my goodness, like what? This is what they talk about, like women pooping during labor. I was like, wow, I didn't know I was gonna be the one to experience it, but yes, I was. So it was intense. Like once they started to get closer apart, once my contractions started to get closer apart, I asked for epidural, and they came in, the anesthesiologist came in, administered the epidural, and 15-20 minutes later, I was still feeling contractions, nothing. So they had to administer it again. And one of my legs, I forget what side, it was numb, but that was it. I could still feel the contractions, because usually they say when women get the epidural, it kind of numbs the contractions, like you don't feel it as much, but I was feeling everything. I was still feeling it. It was just horrible. But thankfully, after the second time they administered the epidural in my bag, they said, okay, you are 9 centimeters dilated. I only had like 1 more centimeter to go. So by the time I got there, it was time to push. So I was like, oh, thank God. So I pushed. 15 minutes later, my son was out. I had a smooth labor and a few stitches here and there and stuff. And then 2-3 days later, I went home and everything. So my labor and delivery went fine. It's just more so the post labor, like the recovery process was the most difficult for me, I would say, because I was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't like use the rest, nothing. It was just like, whoa. It was tough. Like I didn't feel like myself until a good 3 months. Like even after 6 weeks, I was still like in pain here and there. Even though they said by 6 weeks I should be perfectly fine. But however, it was my first child, so that's that's understandable. Like your first kid, a lot of times it takes longer for women to recover. Not every woman, but most it does. It depends how you take care of it. Yeah, I drank tea and stuff like that. I took care of myself, tied my stomach. So that's why a couple months after, I didn't even look like I had a baby. Like not even a couple weeks after, because I went, that snapback with, snapback. Because let me tell you, it's highly important to tie your stomach. So take care of myself and everything. But I did suffer from postpartum a little bit. Like I don't know. I used to get frustrated a lot too. It was just like so much. I used to get frustrated because I was at work a lot too, and I would stay home and I'd stay home, like all these things. I always used to be the person to go, go, go. I'm always working, so then I would go out. And once you have a kid, you can't just get up and go, and that's something I did struggle with, honestly. And it's just something I did struggle with and stuff like that. But my son was healthy. He was born 7.74 pounds. He was wicked tall at birth. Yeah, he was a healthy baby, and I thank God for that as well. He was healthy. But yeah, that was some of the challenges that I faced as being a new mom. But other than that, I mean, it's, you know, motherhood will always have ups and downs, challenges. I mean, you're raising a child, like I'm raising a child, so there'll always be different challenges that I'm faced with. But however, I am a Christian, so I always put God first. I always pray if I feel overwhelmed about something. I always pray to God, like, God, give me strength, help me. You know, I need guidance, I need strength to get through this. But my son has been a biggest blessing in my life. You know, like, it was just wow. Like, it's crazy how 14 months ago I gave birth to a baby boy. I can't even believe I am a mom. Like, what? I'm like, me, a mom? Like, I never knew I was gonna be a mom at such a young age. Because since I lost my mom at a young age, I was like, you know what I'm saying, I didn't want to be a statistic. You know, like when you don't have parents, and people always feel like, oh, this person's gonna be on the street doing drugs, or this person is never gonna become something in life or never achieve. You know, and that's not true. Like, I didn't have parents. Like, at the age of 12, you know, I became an orphan. My mom died. There's a lot that I did go through. I went through, you know, growing up. So it was tough being a mom. There are so many things that I lacked as a child because I lost my mother at such a young age. When my mother was always sick, so I had to like mature in so many ways. So there's a lot of things I lacked. But I am trying. I'm trying my best. I'm doing what I can. I'm a college graduate, started working and stuff like that. I kind of got the feel. I started working in my field, so I got the feel for a few. I didn't become a statistic. Just because I'm a young mom doesn't mean I'm a statistic. You know, but people will make it seem that way because I had a child out of wedlock, whatever. So guys, I just want to tell all new moms out there and stuff like that, for all moms that have kids out of wedlock, you have to believe in yourself. You have to have faith. If you're a Christian, pray to God so God gives you strength, because a child is a blessing. There are people that pay billions of dollars just to have a child. A kid is a blessing. God will never give you too much you can't handle. And that's important to know. So pretty much my experiences as a mom, and I just wanted to share with everyone my experience as a mom. So I will be doing more videos. If you guys would like me to touch upon a certain topic or discussion, feel free to reach out to me or even comment under this video or any other of my videos, and follow me, subscribe, follow at Farrah Gay. Then that's my channel name. Share with your friends, let your friends know. And thank you guys for watching my YouTube videos. So it was a pleasure.